One of the biggest challenges with a live stream mix is that it's not loud enough. You've likely dealt with this problem, so let's solve it once and for all. What you're looking for is a limiter. This allows you to bring up the volume of the mix while at the same time making sure it doesn't end up distorting. Now, most digital mixers allow you to use one of the effects as a limiter, and I'm going to show you how to get it all set up in this video.
Before we get started, we just want to let you know that this video is sponsored by Church Sound Made Simple. Mixing sound seems complicated, but it doesn't have to be. Cut the overwhelm by getting access to this stress-free, no-fluff training that will help you create great sound at church. Visit churchsoundmadesimple.com.
Well, hey, if we haven't met, I'm Cade, creator of Collaborate Worship, and I'm here to help you create great sound at church. Let me show you how to set up a limiter on the X32. If you're not using the X32, you'll still be able to use these settings as a starting point with the limiter on your mixer. To make things easier, I also created a limiter settings cheat sheet. You can download it now using the link in the description. So on the X32, tap the Effects button and navigate to the Home tab. Select an effect slot you are not already using. For this example, I'll use Effects 8. Set the first insert to your first live stream bus and the second insert to your second live stream bus. And then make sure Insert is selected for both. Change the type to LIM, which stands for limiter. Next, navigate to the FX8 tab or whatever effects you're using. Make sure Stereo Link is selected and Auto Gain is deselected. Set input gain to 12 dB. This will boost the volume of your live stream mix by 12 dB, and we're going to come back later and fine tune this. Set output gain to -1 dB. This simply makes sure that the output will never exceed -1 dB, which keeps it from peaking. Set squeeze to 20%. This will give your live stream mix a little more punch, but if it's set too high, it can add a bit of distortion, so you may need to come back later and experiment with this one. Set knee to around 3. This is what determines how hard or soft the limiter responds, with 0 being hard and 10 being soft. 3 is a good moderate starting point. Set attack to around 0.5 milliseconds so that it responds quickly but still sounds clear. Set release to around 150 milliseconds so that it releases fairly quickly but still sounds smooth. And now you'll need to fine tune the input gain setting. This is kind of like adjusting the threshold on a compressor. When the full band is playing during a loud moment of a song, adjust the input gain so that the gain reduction meter on the limiter reads no more than 3 or 4 dB. If you go higher than that, you'll start to notice the limiter kind of sucking in during those louder hits, and you don't want that. Now, once you find the right placement for your input gain, there's one more thing to check. Select your live stream bus and press the Home button. Navigate to the Config tab and set the insert position to Post. This makes sure that the signal is limited as the very last step in the signal chain before being sent to the output that you're using for your live stream mix. Now you should get a solid volume for your live stream mix while not having to worry about it peaking. This is something you'll want to check during every pre-service rehearsal to make sure that you're not limiting more than 3 or 4 dB. Simply adjust the input gain as needed. Don't forget to download the limiter settings cheat sheet. You'll find a link in the description. Using a limiter is going to make a huge difference, but keep in mind the live stream mix is a reflection of what's going on in your auditorium, so you'll want to make sure your room mix is the best that it can be. That's what Church Sound Made Simple is all about. You can get access now by visiting churchsoundmadesimple.com. As always, if you have questions, drop them in the comments. I'd be glad to answer. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, give me a thumbs up to let me know. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring that little bell so we can let you know when the next video comes out. I'll see you next time.